Nope, it don't want to work.
This. All right. Is it working? We'll find out. Good evening and welcome to the Sunday Scaries, going back to the Holler once again with Hanapengu. Hello.
Oh, guess what, though? You do need to share your screen with me.
Oh yes, sorry, because otherwise you're going to be on the delay, and that's no good. So let's go ahead and do that. Thank you for reminding me.
You know,
share screen
seconds between every time I am.
Yeah, that would be poor. Hang on. And thus do I share the Scarlet Hollow window with you. Is that coming through on your end?
Yes.
Good. Okay, let's make sure everything else is going okay. I don't think you can see. Whoa! If I turn... No, the cat is obscured by a beam of light. But hidden in that beam of light is a little cat. And we'll see if she decides to get up at any point and voice her discontent. Anyway. Oh, hello, Leah. Glad you could join us. Okay. Oh, we just lost you, Hanapengu. Uh-oh. Maybe
Sorry.
Coming back? Okay, we've got audio.
Sorry. Yes. It's actually just that I went to open your stream in another window and it, got confused.
Fair enough. Okay, and the cat did in fact disappear off the window ledge, so perhaps she will be back, who knows. But for now, we should be all set to continue. So, we left off at the end of day 2 last time, I believe, in Adventures in the Abandoned Mines, where they did not heed the sage advice of do not go in the hole.
Yeah.
Do not go in the hole kind of will continue to be advice in the next day, I think.
Yeah.
not until very late, when it's kind of too late to do anything about it, but there's always time to not go in the hole. Anyway, let's go kick this thing. Here we go. This is the end of episode 2. Episode 3 awaits. Proceed if you dare. I just saved my game. It's fine. We can continue. Would you like to see a recap before starting episode 3? Oh, okay. So you're coming in a little low. Let's see if we can bring up your volume.
I am bigger now. My head is almost the same size as your head.
Hooray! Okay. Let me know if your audio is doubled in the stream.
Oh, let me...
Because for me it's not, but that doesn't mean anything.
Sure. Let me turn that audio up.
This was an issue once upon a time before.
It is. It's doing the weird echo.
Alright. See, the thing is, I don't know how to get your audio without losing the game audio. And that's the problem.
Can you do desktop audio?
Oh wait, I know what I can do. I can crank the desktop audio and then lower the music volume, and that'll be fine. Hang on. Settings. If we bring down sound and music volume, hopefully now it'll just be you that they hear.
Alright, well, I will say some words.
Okay. And just to make sure that it's not anything on my end. Oh, here we go.
Yeah!
Maybe this will help. We'll see.
I'm still slightly quiet, but, I am only hearing my voice once.
Good. Well, that's something.
Oh, wait, no, I'm louder now.
Okay, good. Good enough. We'll call it. Okay.
I think we're about the same volume now.
Good,
I might even be louder than you.
My goodness. Okay. So let's do... yes, good. Okay. So now... Also, I find it very amusing to me, Leah, that whatever you have done with your account has caused it to be that my my chat element on my stream doesn't pick it up. So only the people who are watching can see what you are saying, and it does not get recorded for posterity. And maybe that's for the best. Who knows? But it does mean you have a sort of ghost status, which is kind of fun. So... All right.
Wait, That's
Oh, this is
back to
the
the beginning.
this is the whole recap.
Oh
Oh,
no, this is the
dang it.
recap. This is the recap.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotcha.
No, it's supposed to just be the recap, which because it's been a couple weeks, I figured we'd do that now.
Yeah, no, sure, that makes total sense. I
All right.
just was alarmed that it might have gone back to the actual beginning.
All right. I'll run through this as quickly as I can without sacrificing a good voice. The funeral of Perlan Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family.
Welcome to our family's humble estate. Sorry, I did a thing and then things disappeared from me. All right. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay.
Very quick aside, I am now imagining this done in the voice of the person who is on Instagram and TikTok who does the incredibly disaffected New England tour guide. I don't know if you've seen these ones.
No, you should send me
She's very
a link
funny.
at some point.
Yeah. Anyway.
I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. Fade!
Wait a minute. You must be.
Oh my god, wait, I heard somebody at school talking about how the long-lost Scarlet era was coming back to town this week, for the funeral. That must be them.
The country ambiance clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter, who has been eyeing you with something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm doing Stella, you're doing Kamika.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that was the appropriate division because they were in so many scenes together. So
Yeah.
she was clearly trying to say it quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. And then it emerges, an honest-to-goodness mountain lion, and there is something horribly wrong with it. A blood that runs and runs becomes itself, becomes nothing. It doesn't bother trying to hide now, leaping down into the clearing with killing intent in its wide, yellow eyes, ready to finish what it started. And then... Damn, nearly had the thing.
Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural?
Like I said, you won't believe it. Now put the dang camera away. What? At least it's a nice night, even if circumstances leave some to be desired. Help yourself to some jerky. As for the beer, I was planning on shotgunning both cans myself. Give me a hell yeah.
Enjoy the vocal flourishes.
Well, if I'm going to commit to doing a Steve Austin voice, I might as well commit, right?
Fair enough.
But I suppose I could be convinced to spare one. Dude grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Bertie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. It barely staggers back, the shove having done little more than shift the thing's attention to you. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural.
Gretchen!
You both turn then, just in time to see the end of Gretchen's leash disappearing into the underbrush. Her yelps grow distant as she's dragged away. Your cousin reaches for the headlights. Charlie, welcome home. The figure steps out of the light, disappearing back into the darkness of the woods.
I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh good, he's still here. And he has a sandwich.
But listen, you'd better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems.
Tabitha takes a few steps toward the door.
Sunset.
Wow, that is some very heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. I'm gonna keep my ears open for you. The dine is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything strange or unusual.
Just gotta be like, I myself am strange and unusual.
Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese would come hang out?
Nothing strenuous, we promise. Do you want me to do Dr. Kelly and you do Reese?
When it comes up, yeah, I think that's probably a good way to do it.
Sure. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyway.
Alright, which Wayne voice was I doing? I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. She didn't.
I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days.
But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. Do pull out your phone and dial your cousin.
What is it? I'm in a meeting.
Hey, you're going to want to cancel that. You have a situation. A kid just snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know.
What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Also, why do you know about this? What the hell are you doing at my mines?
That's not important right now.
Ugh, whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright?
Can't do that, but I will keep you appraised.
God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen.
Glad you understand.
My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left, so it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Correction. Your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. My dad says our house is haunted.
Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. Wait a second. Where did 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me?
Sorry, I wasn't around to voice half the teenagers last time.
It's fine. There is something in the darkness before you that is much louder, though you don't hear it. But you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator.
What do you think you're doing? Get away from there!
Your cousin dives toward you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber.
Charlie, are you alright? Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise.
Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust.
God, I am so anxious to find out what actually happens to Becca and Alexis if you leave them there.
Well, I
Rumor
mean,
has it that Chapter 5 might come out by the end of the year, but they are specifically not rushing themselves on this one because they don't have
important.
to, and I
Yeah,
and I respect that for them.
yeah. When you close your eyes, you see Rosalina's face, twisted with pain, staring up at you with tear-streaked cheeks. Trapped by powers beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. So yeah, so now you know what happened.
Yep.
Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as the dull aches of last night's activities throb in and out of focus. You managed to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. Good for you. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the Shaw mine still stuck to your skin. I think we should take a shower.
Yeah.
As
like,
fraught as it may be.
literally soot and grime stuck to. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably a good idea.
Has there been. I keep talking about this, but it intrigues me every time I look over. Has there been any talk of finding what's in this roll top? I want to know.
Never once seen it mentioned. Sorry.
You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The water is hot and, surprisingly enough, clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, you think about. Oh, hang on. Do we think about Rosalina's shattered leg? Do we think about Gretchen and Stella's face? Ooh, gosh. Try and think about as little as possible. Think about Sybil's warning. Think about Wayne. Oh, think about someone special. Let's do that one. Specifically, you think about.
So who you going for?
No, where's Oscar?
No, he's in there. I saw
Oh, there we
it.
go. Here we go. Yes, good. Oscar, the shy and handsome town librarian stuck in a haunted house. After his daughter's injuries last night, he probably has his hands full. Maybe you can help.
He's actually one of the ones you can lock in a romance path for as of Chapter 4.
Oh, good.
Him, Kanika, and Stella.
That makes sense. Wow, not Avery? Interesting.
Oh, wait, yeah, not Avery, I noticed, but also Reese, but that gets
that has complications, I imagine, yeah.
Yes. But not, yep, nope. There's not been a chance to lock in romance with Avery yet.
Okay. Anyway, you're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. It's time to start your day. And that, for me, that means checking on Dustin.
Yay.
There are two of them now. Good morning, Dustin. Who's your friend?
Her name Mom. She come to visit. I, Dustin, Mom. Gotta stay with Dustin until glass house empty. Thank you, human, for take care of my boy.
What happened to the glass house?
Asshole squatter move in. Kick Dustin Mom out. Squatter tried to eat Mom. Squatter evil.
Boo.
Squatter may be asshole, but squatter not evil. It just tried to survive, just like all creature. Dustin still have much to learn.
I feel wrong asking for consolation from Dustin, but I'll do it anyway. Dustin, I had a rough night. Can you console me?
Was it because of Cat Monster?
No.
Dustin was scared too. If Cat Monster want to eat Dustin, Cat Monster will have to go through Dustin Mom first. Dustin Mom will kill.
Bless.
Then Dustin and Mom eat like kings. This nature.
Alright, I gotta go. Bye. That's that. I know, right? They're very lovable. Let's look out the window. You hold your breath and approach the bedroom window. After finding that boot print and viscera in the garden yesterday, you can't help but anticipate something staring back at you. But it's the same view. Alright, has the creepy doll moved? Creepy doll watch, check in. Every time you see that doll, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right?
If you have keen eye, it confirms no. No, it has not moved.
Alright, let's text the group chat for efficiency's sake. You pull out your phone and open up your group chat with Stella and Kanika.
I do like send a photo of a pained old man as an option. It's nice for my quiet character.
What's the game plan? It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Go downstairs. You've done everything you wanted to up here. It's time to start your day. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Of course not, Frou Frou's there, but also there's a human there. Frou Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-haired woman busies herself trying to tidy as best she can. You have to imagine the fresh face in the kitchen is Janie. Tabitha did mention that she comes in on Wednesdays to clean.
Vile woman, destroying the natural order of my kitchen.
Tabitha's eyes dart to the corner of the room, almost as if she's ashamed of being caught in the act of stress eating ice cream for breakfast.
I do like how you have the plausible deniability one, and then the opossums in my dresser say.
Yep. Just trying to be as.
If you want to choose them. Yep.
And you're just, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the cat. Excuse me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey, nobody lives out in the garden, right? Do you want to do Janie?
Yeah, she keeps coming out with a Midwestern-ish accent when I do her, but I think that's not the end of the world, so...
It seems appropriate for her.
Yeah. And, well, now I won't live up to it. It's fine,
No, go for it.
Gosh, I wouldn't know. Miss Tabitha won't let me touch the place. Nobody lives in the garden. Why are you even asking?
Okay, good. Here we go. So I found this gooey boot print in the garden yesterday. You showed Tabitha the photo of the boot print that you took yesterday morning.
Look, you're not wrong. That's definitely unsettling, but I don't think there's a squatter out there. Even if there was, I don't really have the time or energy or desire to go poking around out there. Gosh, you two sound a little heated. Is everything all right? We're fine, Janie. Alrighty then. Y'all just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
It's very amusing to imagine the intersection of the ope and y'all accent things. All right. Let's see here. Hi, you must be Janie. Tabitha mentioned you'd be coming in today.
That's right. I'm just here to do a little bit of cleaning. What cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do, at least. I could have this place looking brand new, you know? Don't go making any big renovations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Okie dokie. It's so nice to finally meet you, Charlie. Both Miss Pearl Ann and Miss Tabitha have talked about you.
Oh.
Janie. So much, but hearing about someone and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose.
Thanks.
trying to say is that it's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha company. What with everything that's Janie. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again?
Tabitha grumbles in acknowledgement. All right, why not? Bonjour, frou-frou.
Ugh. Bonjour, sacre bleu. Do not think you can just bonjour me because I slept at the foot of your bed last night. I still despise you. 3 humans at once. This is abhorrent. Your stink will linger here for hours. How am I supposed to bear it? I see. Talking to my cat again. Are you sure you didn't get hit on the head last night? You don't say good morning to your pets? I always make sure to talk to my farm cats and alpaca like they're people. To me, they kind of are.
I feel like talking to your farm animals is an important thing to do.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like, most people with pets will say things to their pets as though their pets can understand them.
Mm-hmm.
But I also see Tabitha not being that sort.
When I talk to my cats, I don't expect them to understand. It's really more for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, let's see here. No, no, no.
I feel like only one of
I
those is
think
not
I think
especially
this one's okay.
confrontational.
Any updates on Rosalina?
So I guess 2 of them are confrontational. One of them is just like, how do you think her morning's been going? Probably not great. Okay, any updates on Rosalina? Yeah, they had to take her foot.
Damn.
Her dad's lucky she's alive.
Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream and then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl.
Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible's wound up happening. So you're coming with me.
I mean, neither of these are necessary.
Yeah.
But I haven't had breakfast.
We'll find you something in town. Janie, lock up when you leave, please. And don't go rearranging anything. I'll know.
As you ready to leave, Jamie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot.
Oh, Charlie, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. That's the other thing. Sometimes her voice goes Irish for me for some reason. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. I'm not going to do that intentionally, though.
Oh, couldn't have happened to nicer people, don't you know? Yeah, they're kind of similar. See, like, I feel like the generic Midwestern woman accent is just, for me, is always Bobby's mom from Bobby's World. And,
fair.
And for men, it's just Wolverine from the Floating Hands cartoons.
Fair.
No, don't change the subject here. Why aren't you dead? How many times have you died, Wolverine? Oh, I've lost count.
You know, I really liked the argument that because the Midwestern accent was probably most strongly originating in Nordic languages, from Nordic languages,
Right.
that Loki and Thor should sound like they're from the Midwest.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I mean, there was this, well, we'll get into it after the show. I think there was a thing about this at one point. No, not you should get out of town. That's a lot. Thanks, last night was a lot. That's pretty good. Damn, this means he. Oh, don't start that. Thanks last night was a lot.
If you ever need to talk to anyone, my husband is the local pastor. He's a gentleman and always willing to lend an ear.
Really?
He's actually been going a little stir crazy ever since we moved here, what with nobody really attending sermons. It'd probably do him a lot of good to talk you through your worries. And the more I talk about doing an accent for her, the less I come out doing one.
It happens. Don't worry about it. Maybe we'll see.
Oh, take your time, of course. You're here all week after all. Just know that you can stop by the church anytime. The door is always open.
All right, nice meeting you, but we gotta go.
Bye, Janie. Alrighty then. Be safe out there, you two.
You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into her car. The ride to town is uneventful. Your cousin, unsurprisingly, more focused on the road than on making conversation.
All right, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes.
What are we doing at the general store? Getting my breakfast?
Picking up tea from Sybil.
You drink tea?
Yeah, whatever. I do a lot of stuff you don't know about. It helps me relax.
Yeah, after everything that's been happening the past 2 days, it's nice to just go out on an errand.
Exactly.
You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with the stuff you never would have let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off, the door slowly drifting shut behind her.
Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier.
Tabitha, there are some words from a song that I want you to pay attention to. I can't remember the first part of the thing, but if it's none of your concern and nobody's getting hurt, then you probably should mind your business. Wow. It's very Hemingway of you. And you know, it worked out great for all his characters, too. And for him.
How dare you compare me to him? The man wrote sentences like he was a child. I don't have time to read books anymore anyway. I read expense reports now. Come on already, let's go.
The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smells of old wood and steamy herbal tea flood your senses, making you feel instantly at home. Alright. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities.
Morning. Is the new blend ready?
Of course. Charlie, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. I'm afraid of Miles. What if he makes fun of me for being old? It's pretty good. Is Kanika okay? Of course. She just needs time to cool down. I'm not going to do the thing over my face anymore. Emotions are a little high considering everything that happened yesterday.
That's fair. It's a lot of effort for.
She'll settle down soon enough. I'm just glad both of my little ones made it out okay. And she's not actually supposed to be Bane. Anyway.
No, it's just a funny voice for her.
Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. Do we try to listen in? Yeah, I think we
You
do.
don't get much out of it if you don't have keen eye and or street smarts, ideally and.
Oh, what do we have in this build?
Talk to animals and book smart.
That sounds right. Yeah, that's what we have. Yeah, so we're not gonna. Yeah. So let's hang out with Miles. Before you can finish your thought, you're halted by the tinkling of bells announcing another patron. Or in this case, another two patrons. Well,
I can do Bo.
if you want. If it ain't Charlie, Bo, this is Miss Scarlett's cousin. They were there with me that night in the woods. This is not a roll credits moment. That would be on the other game. Sorry.
Gosh, I haven't done a southern accent in a while. Pleasure to meet you, Charlie. My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy.
Oh,
Hope
you've
you've
been
been.
faring
Okay,
better.
that's Duke.
That's pretty good. It works for the
Okay.
character.
No, I almost started saying Duke's line
Oh yeah.
by accident.
Oh, you've been faring better since all that unpleasantness. How have you been? Hanging in there? Oh, I can't rightly say as I can complain. I mean, sure, I miss old Birdie, but there's nothing I can do for her now except protect the rest of my brood. Them things won't so much as set foot on my property. I have a thing about which I am pedantic. I'm going to take a second now to mention it.
Okay.
There are two phrases, or two things that people can say. One is set foot, and the other is step. Never step foot, because what do you step with if not a foot? Anyway, because you can set eyes on something, in the same way you can set foot somewhere. But step is step. You don't need it.
Okay.
That's. Thank you for indulging me.
I mean, maybe it could be so much as step 1 foot on my property. How about that?
Yeah, that would be fine.
If they had added that word.
But again, you can just say set foot for that. It gets. This is a thing in many aspects of my life, and every time I keep wanting to yell at them, I'm like, it's set foot or step, not both.
I feel like you get to have your little soapbox moments if you are the streamer.
I don't like being a linguistic prescriptivist. I think it's not good for me, but I can't not do it. Anyway. Now with Bo and me watching the perimeter with our shotguns at the ready. What? We even set the missus up with her pistol. Of course, she uses a .52 caliber. That's the kind they only used to use for hunting buffalo up close.
Good thing we was watching. Nearly caught Julius trying to make off with Big Betty.
As if he could have carried off a nearly 2,000-pound pumpkin on his own. I'd almost love to see him try. It's not like we'll be taking her to State Fair anyway. Now all she's good for is making the world's largest pumpkin pie.
I don't think Mama has a tin big enough for a Big Betty-sized pie, Daddy.
Oh, hello, Puka. Thank you for lurking. Oh yeah, I can tell them. Yeah, we saw those things. They're called ditchlings, and they're an ill omen. Ditchlings?
Sounds like some old folk tale.
Suppose that suits him. As for being an omen, I believe that too. But I suppose there's not much to be done if they're forewarned of some kind of disaster, besides looking out for me and mine. Still, I appreciate you telling me, Charlie. Have you seen any of them around your farm?
Yeah, we saw a few of those critters. They got scared off before I could start shooting.
Nasty little buggers. We've all been losing sleep making sure we can keep an eye on them things. It's even rubbing off on the hens. None of them little ladies have been laying this week.
No, Daddy. I bet some big mastiff could keep them things away. This seems like just the kind of job for a guard dog.
Now don't you start again. We ain't getting a dog. I got enough mouths to feed. Much as you say you'll take responsibility, I know it'd be me cleaning up after it. Besides, I don't have much faith that those things will be stopped by a dog. Ooh.
Yeah, well,
I saw more than a few in that nest. Things have gotten worse. I did hear whispers about what happened up in the mines last night. Sorry to hear about poor little Rosalina. Scarlet Hollow ain't Scarlet Hollow ain't so safe this week, it'd seem. I don't say nice to meet you, Bo. Fine. Nice to see you, Duke.
you're not going to ask about Julius?
I know the deal. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a pleasure running into you, Charlie, but we best get on with our shopping. Can't spend too long away from the farm with them little devils running around.
Can't leave Mama all by herself up there for very long.
You have a good one. Hope Scarlet Hollow treats you better from now on. What?
It was nice meeting you, Charlie. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama.
They shuffle off into the aisles. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes.
Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. If y'all want, you could swing by. Otherwise, meet at library and figure out plan.
I think I'm good. I just had a big fight. I'm not really hungry. Gonna chill in my van for a while if you want to hang out, though. Otherwise, see you guys at the library. You have plenty of time before dinner at Reese's house. All right. Anybody have preferences?
Well, I would say that you're not doing great on a good cousin run as it stands. She does not like you very much. So, I mean, you could make that up,
She's
or you
gotten
could just.
like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like she actively dislikes me, but I don't know.
She has said some things that have struck me as on the disliking side.
Okay, and I would trust your judgment on that because you've played the good cousin run.
So you could try and get some points back, or you could call that a wash and not worry about it and go check in on Oscar.
Yeah, I think I might do that. The library is empty. Only Pixel is here to greet you at the front desk.
Pet me, human!
He stands, cocking his head expectantly. Of course I'm going to pet the cat. Pixel purrs, arching his back as you pet his soft black fur.
The other human barely pet me today. Almost forgot to give breakfast. Rude! But I made sure to yell a lot. Then he remembered. He's in the back room, sitting in the dark, talking to little Rectangle. Cares about Rectangle more than he cares about Pixel.
As if on cue, you hear Oscar's animated voice echoing from deeper in the library. Follow his voice. You follow the sound of his voice, navigating through the shelves and making your way to the back of the library. You glimpse him through an open doorway. It's just like Pixel said. He's talking to someone on a video call. I hope the food isn't too bad.
It's been okay. Rosalina doesn't seem to mind. They keep bringing me Jello. I love it here. But Dad, I miss you. When are you coming back?
The nurses just need me to make sure your living situation is all squared away, and then I'll come get you, Rosa. Just a few more hours.
Hey, is that...
Oscar practically jumps out of his skin as he turns and sees you. Oh, hey, Charlie. I didn't hear you come in.
Oh
think she wants to talk to you.
Oh, I love drugged out Rosa.
The eyes. Oh, sure. Hi, Rosalina.
You saved our lives last night. You're like a hero. I owe you big time. I should bake you a cake.
Oscar turns to whisper to you. She is on a lot of pain meds right now.
She's been talking about baking you a cake all morning. But for real, thank you so much for coming back for us. I don't even want to think about what would have happened without you there. Dang, doctors stole my foot! But don't worry, I'm gonna get it back.
No, you're gonna get a cool robot foot. It's gonna be even better.
Yeah. That's my foot. Can't just take my foot.
Stupid medical laws that say you're not allowed to take things that were removed out of your body anymore.
You're specifically not? Huh.
Yeah, no, it's like it's considered a medical hazard for them to give that to people.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's fair. It would like decompose. It'd be kind of gross.
Sometimes you can get an exception for teeth because teeth are weird exceptions for all kinds of things. But yeah, anyway, take care of her for me, okay, Alexis? I'm gonna be back in just a few hours. Rosa, be good while I'm gone and get some rest.
I don't want to go home. They give me unlimited jello. It's great here. And I can't leave till they give me my foot back.
I'll make sure to stock up on Jello. I love you, Rosa.
Bye, Mr. Gutierrez. Gutierrez?
Oscar sighs as he hangs up the phone before looking up at you with a tired smile. Hey, Charlie, you're here early. Is there anything I can help you with? You're asking me if I need help? And you're the one going through it right now. That is true. I guess it's a force of habit. Asking people if they need help, that is. Let me try that again. What brings you here, Charlie? I wanted to check in on you. It's very thoughtful of you, Charlie. I think I have a handle on things right now. Still, I wouldn't mind some company while I get the room together. I was hoping that I'd be able to deal with our ghost problem before Rosa was discharged, but apparently they need her out of there today. I suppose it gives me something to do to feel useful, but this isn't a place for a child, and especially not one still recovering from a traumatic injury. Why are they discharging her so soon? I thought it was odd too. It just doesn't seem right, not after the kind of trauma that she went through. But it sounds like there was some big bus crash last night. They need the beds, and supposedly there's not a lot they're doing for her at this point that can't be done here. What? I don't remember anything about a bus crash. Damn.
No, yeah, that's just the excuse for Scarlet Hollow's pull on Rosalina, in most fans' opinion.
It's not what I would have done.
A bus crash happened,
right.
and suddenly they ran out of beds. Oh no, Rosalina has to come back to Scarlet Hollow. So basically, the curse crashed a bus.
Right, I was about to say, this is like not quite Final Destination level of shenaniganery, but getting close. Yeah, excuse me, bus crash? That is all I know. There was some big accident north of here, and it's pushing the local hospitals to capacity. What a week. Let's see here. One more reason to get to the bottom of your ghost problem tonight. Exactly. The most important part of her recovery is providing her with a safe and comfortable environment, which I should have been doing in the first place. But better late than never. Oh, there's so many things to ask about. Rosa sounds like she's doing well, all things considered. I don't think she even realizes what's happened yet. We'll have to see how she takes things once the painkillers wear off. I very much appreciate the squishy cat back there.
Fair enough.
I don't know how I'll be able to comfort her when or if it finally sinks in. How can I? I have no idea what it's like. They did not put this in the How to Be a Supportive Dad manual the hospital hands out after every birth. Haha, they don't do that in America, that's for damn sure.
Well, they do in this version.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's sarcasm, but still, you know.
Okay, yeah, fair.
That's like, I'm like, the unlimited Jello, you're probably paying like $50 per with that. You know.
Well, I mean, it probably depends on the hospital.
Fair. Anyway, I did not think she'd just have a broken leg. That's the thing about crush damage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, she is still alive. She can get through this. She shouldn't have to, she's just a kid. The doctor said I shouldn't blame myself, that teens do all sorts of risky things. But I'm her dad. What am I good for if I can't even keep her safe? How are you holding up? I'm okay. I just shouldn't have let last night happen. Man, don't be judgy.
I mean, I feel like you're only human, or the top one, yeah.
Yeah. Being a parent isn't about making sure nothing bad ever happens. No one has that much power. But you can be supportive when the bad things do happen, and you can help her learn how to cope with everything life throws at her. Thanks, Charlie. That's honestly something I needed to hear. I still feel guilty and probably will for the rest of my life, but we can get through this. I can't keep dwelling on what could have been done. The past is the past. It's happened. The only thing to focus on now is her recovery. Sorry I didn't get them out of there faster, Oscar. Or Oscar. No, you heard her on the phone. She's thankful you did what you did. And so am I. It's hard to even think about what could have happened last night if you hadn't been there to help. If it isn't rude to ask, where is Rosa's mom? It is not rude, especially at a time like this. If Rosalina had two parents, I wouldn't have had to put the responsibility of staying with her at the hospital on her little friend. I could have stayed by her side while her other parents set things up back here. But that's not how things worked for us. Rosalina's mom wasn't ready to be that for her. She thought she was, but that didn't last. I can't really blame her. We were both too young. Neither one of us was really ready for that kind of responsibility, but that's all ancient history now. We haven't spoken in years, and last I heard she'd married a lawyer and moved into a big house in Ohio somewhere. I guess I should tell her what happened. Okay. There is... Never mind. I don't have enough to construct a thought, but I... crossover thing with Adventures in Odyssey, but I won't get into that now. But I was like, place in Ohio, similarly spooky, but like in a different vibe. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, although I don't know, I've never known how to navigate this whole situation other than doing what I can to be two parents for my daughter. Does no one in this town?
No one in this town.
Well, most people have two parents, Charlie. But now that you mention it, I haven't really given it that much thought. They must, though, right? Let me think for a moment. There's the little tulip. She has Janie and the pastor.
There you go.
Hooray! Aw, I didn't know Janie was a mom. Alexis
still
and Becca
quite young.
both have married parents.
That's true. We've seen both of their parents on screen in various versions.
Mm-hmm. And Zane probably has parents, but I've never met them. Oh, and I grew up here to two loving parents. May they rest in peace. You are right, though. There seems to be a trend. I guess it's just what happens in a place like Scarlet Hollow. No one is allowed to have their happy ending.
Well, that's depressing.
Yeah, an email couldn't hurt. If she doesn't see it, at least you tried. That's probably a good idea. It's not like I even have much beyond an email. She changed her number years ago, and I'm not even sure what her last name is anymore. If she doesn't check her college email address, you're right, I can say I tried. Sorry.
Yeah, like, if he doesn't have the contact information for her, like, what he actually owes her is not a lot, but, like, as a courtesy, he can send a notification through the only way he has to keep.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, here we go. Tell me about the haunting. Ah, yes, of course, the haunting. Scar gets a distant look in his eye. It started with the floor bleeding in Rosalina's room. And before you say anything, it wasn't rusty water, and it wasn't wine. It was blood. AB negative, actually. I couldn't believe it was happening, so I ordered a kit online to test the stuff. And then I started seeing the figure. I could never get a good look at it, but I knew when it was there. There was just a feeling I'd get, like someone was about to stab me in the back. And then I'd turn around and see a flash of someone leaving the room. Just enough that I knew there had been someone there. Just thinking about it makes me want to hide under the covers. Oscar pauses, lost in dark recollections. The clearest look I ever got. It is the good rare blood. You are correctly a brown one. You got to set up a proper siphoning system for it. You could sell that. The clearest look I ever got was one night when I was coming back to the house after doing some reshelving. As an aside, I was just hearing recently about the fact that blood plasma is a surprisingly large export from America to the EU, I believe, because they have strict rules on you can't sell blood plasma in a lot of countries in the EU, so they only have voluntary donations, and we sell so much blood in the United States because we have so many people who need to sell blood for money that we can export a whole bunch of it.
Want to know an interesting fact I learned recently about giving blood?
Oh?
It's one of the only known ways to reduce the microplastics in your body.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, giving like a pint of blood, or like especially if you're giving blood plasma, like they found in a study that it seemed to like note, like not significantly, but like statistically significantly, like noticeably lower the amount of
So
microplastics.
when people receive that blood, does it increase their microplastic count? Or
Wasn't
do they
included in the
or do they
study.
have some sort of filter they can run it through?
That information was not included in the summary of the study that I read.
Because that's the way more disheartening side of it, right?
Well, I mean, one might hope that they do some kind of filtering process.
Anyway.
Maybe.
Alright. And thus ends blood talk.
Fair.
I saw it plain as day standing in the doorway. Silhouetted like there was a light shining behind it. I couldn't make out the face, obscured in shadow as it was. I thought I heard it say something, a name I couldn't quite make out. It sounded like a question, like it was asking if I was that person. Then its head caved in. He pauses again before coming back to himself, pushing the memory away. That was the last night we stayed in that house. As soon as that thing disappeared, I got Rosalina out of there, and we've been in the library ever since.
Maybe it's just a guy in a scary mask, very Scooby-Doo. But, yeah, no, it's definitely obviously not.
We're dealing with a free-floating, full-torsoed, vaporous apparition. Got it. Oh, good, that sounds like you know what you're doing. No, I've just seen Ghostbusters many times. Your phone buzzes in your pocket.
Almost the same thing.
Almost forgot it's Mayor Jimmy Day. That would be a class 3 ghost using the classification system from Ghostbusters, I believe.
Fair enough.
Because it is recognizably the ghost of a humanoid, but we cannot identify the humanoid. So. Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar. Sorry, that's the wrong person. Go ahead. Take it away, Stella.
What was said before that?
I don't remember.
Log?
Yeah, hang on. Is that here?
Yes.
Here?
No, it's the top one.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Back.
That's the journal of previous choices.
Gotcha.
Ah, yes.
Mayor
okay,
Jimmy
so
Day.
it started with Stella's text. Almost forgot it's Mayor Jimmy Day! Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar. Meet y'all there.
I totally blanked on that. Been having a weird foggy morning. Wow, that they're still doing the Mayor Jimmy thing even after last night. Do you think news has spread yet? But yeah, we should go see Oscar. We should go see Oscar. See y'all soon. As if on cue, you can hear the faint sound of other people in the library, somewhere back toward the entrance. Ah, I knew I was forgetting something. It's Mayor Jimmy Day. With everything that happened last night, it just slipped my mind.
I mean, fair.
They're probably going to start setting up soon, and I'm barely decent.
I'm sorry, just eye him silently.
It is fun,
It's
actually.
a very creepy option.
Yeah, after you went to the house, I don't think you should worry. People will forgive you wearing a tank top today of all days. I mean, look, you can wear a tank top for me all you want. Handsome. But you're right. But I do like to maintain an air of professionalism when I can. I'll just make myself scarce. It's not like I have much interest in seeing the mayor today. Mayor Jimmy Day is not exactly like Rex Manning Day, but you'll find out shortly what it is like.
Yep.
Rosalina's going to be sad that she missed him, though. She loves the mayor. I guess it's time to go see that dog mayor. Ooh, talk to animals and book smart. Gonna meet the dog mayor and tell him there's a curse on the town. Do you think you might be able to help us with our ghost problem? With that special ability of yours? I'll leave you to sit. We can catch up later. It's time to meet the mayor. Yeah, no, it's like, what is the station master's name in Japan? The cat. Hanapengu?
I am thinking, and I cannot remember.
But it's like that station master cat. Head back to the lobby. Ha! I'm looking respectfully. Achievement unlocked. Spend quality time with Oscar. You leave Oscar to his work and make your way back to the lobby. It's busier than you've seen it. A small crowd is formed in the corner of the main foyer.
You actually came! I thought you might have missed my text. I was about to try calling.
Thank God we have something to do this morning. My family's been driving me nuts.
Yes! The whole gang's here. I've been waiting to introduce Charlie to the mayor for, like, the entire time I've known them.
All 2 days and change. Tama-chan, thank you very much. Yes, Station Master Tama. There we go. Thank you,
I've
Leah.
never gotten to introduce someone to the mayor before.
It'll be worth it. Trust us.
All right, shall we?
Yep. He's a dog. Look at that dog. Mayor Jimmy. All the portraits of the other dog mayors on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to.
Oh, he does.
You haven't met the serious man by his side, but you have to assume that he's the mayor's handler.
Good morning, citizen. I don't believe we've met.
He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. Your Honor. You take his little paw in your hand, but the bro security detail stops you. No paw shaking. Only headbats and ear scratches allowed.
I must apologize for my security detail, but he has my best interests at heart. No, he has my best interests at heart, but he can be a little gruff at times.
Ah, indeed. Yes, indeed, we all love the mayor. Well, except for Gretchen. May she rest in peace. I knew he'd be a dog.
And what bearing does that have on anything?
Sorry, I wanted to get that screenshot of indignant dog.
Yeah, didn't you already figure that out? It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends, and Winnie's Biscuits. Oh, and the close knit small town community, of course. But having a dog mare's a close fifth, no contest. Now, is there something I can help you with? You're not one of my constituents. I'd like to make sure I spend plenty of time with the voters.
Mr. Mayor, Your Honor, there is something very serious going on in town. We need your help. Murmurs stir in the crowd behind you as you relay the danger to the mayor.
Of course. The pet disappearances. I've been made aware of the situation. But what do you expect me to do about it? It's autumn. That's tourist season in Scarlet Hollow.
God, it's just the lines from Jaws.
I can't turn away the lifeblood of this town, not with the mine faltering the way it is. There was a mine collapse last night. We don't need any more news of disaster coming out of Scarlet Hollow. Do you understand?
So you know there are monsters laying eggs in the local animals and you're just going to let it happen?
Laying eggs? Don't be ridiculous. I'm sure that whatever is causing these disappearances is just a bear or a mountain lion. We've all smelled them up in those hills. They'll move on soon enough. This is a southern town. Plenty of people are armed around these parts. They'll take care of the problem before it gets out of hand. And in the meantime, it's best not to cause a panic. I'm a pillar of this community. It's my job to project strength to my constituents.
All right, you've had your turn with the mayor. Now move along and keep the line going. And by the way, I know you were up at the mine collapse last night. I may be off duty, but I'd be remiss if I didn't let you know that I've got my eyes on you. All of you. Let's hope the rest of your stay in town is a little less conspicuous. Remain silent. We don't talk to cops. That's right.
Charlie, Deputy Franklin is a cop, just in case you didn't know.
Oh, really? Stella and Kanika quickly shuffle out of the room ahead of you, leaving you to follow. It looks like everyone else is already talking to a scout in the next room. Before you can catch up on your companions, you're interrupted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Alright, so do I give him the Glenn from Letterkenny voice, or do I be slightly kinder?
I don't know that voice.
I don't think I could do it without it coming off as homophobic, so I think I'm not going to do that. I will just do softer southern accent.
He's a nice dude, but he's very awkward and a little overeager.
I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Charlie? Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. Whoa.
Do make sure that you do the talk to animals thing after you've done all the explores.
I was about to say I was going to do one or two of these, but I definitely want to do that one. I don't believe in an afterlife. Let's go with that. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully one of these days you'll come around. If you'd ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door's always open. Janie mentioned you this morning. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch. You know anything about ghosts? Other than the Holy Ghost? Ghosts? I've never encountered one myself, but I have heard stories of folks who have been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave, and it seems like it provides them with a sort of spiritual healing. Like their beloved relatives are watching over them, even in death. Is this about Perlan, or perhaps your mother? Have you been visited by her? No, I think we need an exorcism. Oscar's house is haunted and we're investigating tonight. Oh, like a Scooby-Doo episode or something? I'm afraid I don't buy into that particular notion. It's a bit too spiritualist. Now, if it were a vision of one of his parents trying to contact him from heaven, I could understand that. But I simply don't believe in malicious spirits, lingering neither in heaven nor hell, jumping out of closets to scare us. Oh, I didn't get to ask you on Friday about that, by the way. In Beetlejuice the Musical, is the Netherworld referred to by that name?
It's called the Netherworld.
Okay. I liked it better in the show then.
That's fair.
I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for whatever it is he saw. There's blood seeping out of the floor. Real blood. He tested it and everything. That's unusual. I sure hope it's not a... The pastor tenses, a lump forming in his throat. A demon? Please keep me posted on any developments. Perhaps my skills will be needed. I'll make sure to do some reading on demonology tonight. I'll let you know if I find anything about bleeding floors.
I do like he's like, well, a Scooby-Doo ghost, I don't know about that. Oh, but a demon. I'll get on that.
Yeah, exorcisms, absolutely not. Demons? Tell me more. Yeah, exactly.
Well, ghost exorcisms, absolutely not.
Yeah,
but demon exorcisms, no, that's in his realm. He's gonna read up on that.
Yeah, why don't you come ghost hunting with us tonight? It's tonight? But I would, but I promised my daughter we'd watch VeggieTales, and I'm in charge of dinner tonight, so... He gulps again. But of course, let me know if you run into trouble. I'm sure I'd come running if it winds up being something serious. In fact, here's my card. He hands you a business card. Call me if you need me. The mayor is a huckster and a fraud. The bastard cares more about tourism than the fate of the town. The pastor goes quiet for a second, his face suddenly white as a sheet. The smile fades from his face as he stares at you intently, studying your expression. You too? He glances to either side before continuing. I thought I was the only one. Please, come visit me at the church soon. Seems like we might have a lot to talk about. He hurries off, suddenly quiet and serious. Yeah, no, I knew I was going to do that one for sure.
Fair.
Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions.
Right, you have done talk to animals before, so you would have known that.
You find them already talking to Oscar deeper in the library. My headcanon is that he had a shirt on for the ceremony and then is now back off.
Fair. Hey! Oscar just caught us up on the whole ghost situation. I'm so pumped. It sounds like we could get some actual evidence tonight.
Are we sure we want to do this when the sun has gone down? Why wouldn't we just go in now when it's not dark and I'm less likely to wimp out? I have no idea if we'll even see anything, let alone be able to ghost bust it. But I think it only comes out at night. I had better get going. I managed to make the back room livable, but so I'm rushing off to the hospital to get Rosa and Alexis. Thank you for stopping by earlier, Charlie. It was really good to be able to talk to someone. And thank you all for volunteering to help me unhaunt my house.
You couldn't pay to keep me away from possibly seeing a ghost.
I'm just glad I could do something to help you and Rosalina after everything that happened last night. I appreciate it. See you all soon. Time to go. 1 second. I just thought of an important note that I need to make for after stream, so bear with me for one moment.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right, here we go.
Oh no.
Oh no, what happened to your video?
I tried to change the name of. Okay, I think it'll come back now. I tried to change the name of the scene it's in, and then it was like, "What? No, you don't have a camera anymore."
Oh no!
Let me stop and restart it.
Hey, you're back.
There we go.
All right, so about the mayor.
Right, you seem to have some choice words for him.
I'm not sure we can count on his support. You should vote for another dog next election. I love that.
Dang, so much for rallying the dogs of Scarlet Hollow against the forces of evil. But we've still got each other.
I don't think that was ever on the table.
Well, no. Still, it would have been cool to have a dog army on our side, too.
So I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving those little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many.
I'll probably buy them in bulk.
Oh, or prints them, I imagine.
Yeah, or suppose print them himself.
I was about to say, if you run a church, you're used to printing missals every week. So, you know, why wouldn't you?
Fair.
It's MISSALS. Sorry. Anyway, I think he comes off as a little weird because he shares my gift.
Wait, you don't mean...
Yeah, he corroborated some of the things the mayor told me. Okay, assuming for a minute that both you and Pastor Daniel have this magical power of speaking to animals, I don't think that's enough to explain how weird the guy is. For instance, I like you, and I don't like the pastor. Burn.
I wonder how many people out there share your gift. There's so many implications.
I'm going to continue to pretend that Charlie is just really good at reading animal body language. I don't think I can handle many more world-shattering revelations this week. You mind if I invite Tabitha ghost hunting? Oh, sorry. We missed it. Please don't. Please don't.
Oh my god, yes! Can you imagine how fun that would be if she actually shows?
Stella, come on. I know you think you have some sort of bond with her, but she's awful. She isn't even nice to you.
You just haven't given her a chance. Maybe if she comes along tonight, the two of you will finally get along.
No. Still inviting her. Kanika sighs as you shoot your cousin a text and invite her to this evening's ghost hunt. Alright, I guess she's your family and she'll probably be too busy at the mines to even show anyways.
Aw, don't say that, Neeks. If we're lucky, we'll have another opportunity to forge a bond of friendship between the two of you.
Ooh, what about inviting Avery?
Oh, huh. Sure, I guess. The more the merrier, right?
Maybe there'll be an extra voice of reason. It won't be too much help to us God if we start jumping in our own shadows.
Cool. I'll text them on the way over to Reese's.
Head to Reese's.
Alright, shall we head out?
The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. You once again find yourself in front of the Kelly residence. A cold hesitation grips you as the building's history looms over you from the hilltop. A refurbished Civil War hospital and tuberculosis clinic would be a strange and difficult place to live in during the best of times. You can only imagine the challenges of living there with severe chronic illness. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us?
There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together.
False.
False,
When you
indeed,
are
indeed.
showing up to friend's house and they are making dinner for you, there is an amount of time early where if you show up and you aren't there to help with prep, it's really awkward.
I mean, it's fine though if you are prepared to help with prep. Like if
Mm-hmm.
there's like I feel like it would be one thing. It's like, okay, your friend is hosting a dinner party and you're gonna come over an hour earlier to help them out. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
like
when your friend is hosting a
you
dinner party and you come over half an hour early and expect to be entertained while they're setting up, that's a problem.
yeah.
Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's too late. The door swings open. Hey.
Reese.
Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be Charlie, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I got all the Charlie updates.
Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and don't say it was to help me cook. But I make an excellent sous chef. Let's just get this over with.
The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced that you'd wandered into a real estate showing.
So, how can I lend a hand?
I'm
As
entertained
opposed
as
to Stella's.
I went and I looked over here and I was like, oh, is there unsettling artwork on the walls? Like a little, I guess. And immediately my eye was drawn to the fact that they have a magic bullet blender. I was like, nice.
Oh, haha. Fair enough. By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only things left are the rolls. So the only thing left are the rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner and you can leave my house and go on about your business.
But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time now, right?
You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you?
It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single, questioning eyebrow.
I don't mind a little mess.
Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room.
Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to.
Cool, we'll just be downstairs.
You won't even know we're here.
You make your way toward the basement stairs. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all of his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much.
So, do you comment on the mom situation or not?
Mm-hmm. I mean, so Estella told you about everything that's been happening the past couple of days? Every detail. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, you know. He gestures in futility toward the walls of the basement.
Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights?
Doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to.
There's nothing to apologize for, and I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? You have any thoughts on the ditchlings?
Oh no, your yawning is contagious.
I'm
Now I'm
sorry.
starting to yawn.
Yeah, they've been coming
It's
up to my
okay.
window last night.
Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they looked like something out of your nightmares?
Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together and we might have been just seeing the same thing until now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been
What does
lurking
it?
around
Oh,
here, though? I'm sorry. Sorry.
yeah, that's Stella. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though?
I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are going to be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything's probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Sailor or the Doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know.
I would totally tell you if there was a riot.
Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. What do you think's going on with Wayne? Who?
You know, that guy who's been following Charlie around, being all ominous?
Oh, yeah. That slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he's got going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all our sakes. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it in for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. Oh, this is a pedantry thing that I've inherited from something else.
Oh.
You have it in for someone, or you have it out with someone. Indeed, often having it in for someone leads to having it out with someone. But
Oh, okay.
anyway.
I feel like I've heard out for someone a lot, though.
Oh, I mean, like, it's a common misused phrase, but yeah. Anyway. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible.
You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet.
I'll pass, thanks. Your whole situation's gotta be rough. That's rough, buddy. Thanks, but I've been dealing with this thing for a while, so you don't have to feel sorry for me. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is gonna be.
You're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right?
Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most of my food down. My skin always itches like there's worms crawling under it. I could live for a long time or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable. But one day I'll wind up in a pine box just like everyone else, and I'm okay with that. Damn, Reese, I may be goth, but that's some real nihilistic stuff.
We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right?
Thanks, guys, but you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine, really. What is your diagnosis, if you don't mind my asking? I don't mind, though the answer isn't very illuminating. It's not one particular thing, but a whole mess of nasty little things that add up to one big diagnosis of bad genes. Guess I pulled the losing card in the DNA lottery. And hey, this isn't all bad. Some of it's just weird, like this. Reese pulls on the skin of his arm and it stretches unnaturally. Hyperelasticity. Kind of cool, right? Have the devs talked about the whole EDS coded thing of this, or no?
I don't think so. I mean, they were definitely. I mean, we know that it has the skin elasticity thing might have been coincidental because of the nature of
Oh no, I mean
Reese's
I know that
thing.
there's things that I'm trying not to spoil, so I'm trying to limit to just did they
Well,
say
right,
at
and
any
you.
point
I
about it
like to
being
think
EDS?
I was doing a good job of being vague about it.
Yeah,
Like
I'm just
hyperelasticity
I'm
makes
heading it
sense
off. Yes.
due to certain elements. I was also trying to be vague about. So I don't think that they in any way meant it to look like EDS, and I don't know if anyone's really talked to them about it.
Because it's like it seems like it's too many things to be coincidental, right?
Mm, I mean, I was actually literally just looking up Rice. I mean,
Reese's.
yeah, Reese's symptoms in a different context.
Oh, interesting. Okay, fair enough.
That is another thing that I almost spoiled that I gonna not.
Fair enough. Anyway, it's you.
Oh, yes, sorry. Whoa! I don't know what I was reacting to.
The
Oh yeah,
the
it's
skin snap. Does that
elasticity. That
not
would be
hurt?
a reasonable level of whoa.
Yeah. No, it feels fine. Like I said, it gets itchy under the skin sometimes, but I don't know if that's the elasticity, the medicine, or some other part of my condition. Your art. Real Goya Black period vibes here with a healthy dose of Beksinski. Thank you, I think. Yeah, that's a good thing. Then thank you, I really appreciate it. To be honest, I don't know much about art history. It's not exactly a popular subject in tiny K-12 rural schools, so my arts education was lacking. I'm working in the dark as far as influence.
And you're doing great, man. You know, you could gain a real following if you ever posted these online. Just saying.
Nah, I think I'm okay sticking to sparsely populated late night live streams. That's all the social media I can handle. I don't know how you do it, Stella, having to exist in front of all those people all the time. Knowing some version of you lives in their heads, knowing they expect something out of you that you might not be able to give them. Okay, but if the only time you ever put your art on display is a live stream during ghoul hours, when am I going to be able to see what you've been working on? Tell you what, when I die, I'll leave you my paintings. Then you can see them all. Maybe they'll be worth millions since I'll be dead, and I'd be able to rest easy knowing that someone had retroactively given my life value.
Once again, dark, but
Yep. Your mom's scary. I'm just gonna say it.
I feel like she used to be less scary, but maybe I was just oblivious as a teen.
Speak for yourself. It's possible she's gotten a bit of an edge lately. I think my condition has been stressing her out a lot.
I mean, to be fair.
It used to be something that she thought she could fix, but I think she's kind of accepted that it's something we have to manage. But even if she is a little harsh, she means well. She's just looking out for me. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. She's probably just worried about you and doing her best. You sure it's not just that I did something wrong and she's never forgotten it and will hold it against me until the day I die?
Oh.
That's what my anxiety tells me. Actually, Kanika, I think she admires you. She says you have a good work ethic and she has a lot of respect for people like that. Really? She said that? Oh, then I can't imagine how mean she must be to the people she doesn't like. I think she's usually nicer to them. That's how you know you're really messed up.
Oh no. What about me? Does she say things about me?
Do you want to know?
Well, when you say it like that, no. I'll just keep imagining us as very good friends.
Alright, that's a nice movie collection you've got. Any Rex? Oh, wait, I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Well, anyway. So you three go way back, huh?
Almost to the womb. There's this. Sorry. The school here is a tiny K-12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks, and we're stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids.
Yes, I am. Mona just interrupted the stream, though, to go hang out in the window. You can kind of see her there.
Yep.
I'm going to gently close this door such that she can still open it when she wants to leave. But for now, she is content to look out the window. All right. Indeed, Kitty. So anyway, not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name.
Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that.
Maybe to you.
Yeah.
The way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something terrible every morning before school. Same here. Though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it, though. Here we go. This is the one I was trying to click on. It's quite a movie collection you've got there. Any Rex? Let me think. Have you heard of Shinochi, Death Blood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We can even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Damn, I'd usually be down for that, but we've got to head over to Oscar's after this.
We promised we'd ghost bust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting.
And I feel like we should really be there for him tonight, considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. Take a rain check on that movie, though.
Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night. Sorry. Let me try that again. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night. Same goes for Charlie.
I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. If you need someone to pose for your paintings this week. That's so kind of you to offer. If you're okay with hanging out at weird hours, I'd love for you to come by and sit for me. Draw me like one of your unspeakable horrors. It's been a long time since I was able to draw anyone but myself, and I'd really appreciate the company. I'll ask if you want to come ghost hunting with us tonight.
Oh, wow. Do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you.
That'd be so amazing, but I haven't had the best luck leaving the house lately. Even just walking to town is enough to put me in bed for a week. It sucks.
Oof.
But make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen.
Dinner's on the table.
I guess that's it for catching up.
Make sure you all wash your hands with soap.
That's the background on my Twitch page.
Excellent. I don't want anyone sharing their germs. Sure thing, Doc.
Yes, ma'am. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an old door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it. Something dark and cold. Something that reminds you of the dusty tunnels you narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum just beyond your hearing fills the air, and you feel strange. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. What to pick? Hang on.
What's out?
I had to open the door in real life for the cat.
Oh,
Here we go.
that's funny.
Okay.
You do get an extra option if you're mystical. But you are not mystical.
Nope. So we do this. Open the door. Before you know it, the doorknob is turning in your hand, your heart full of both deep dread and a compulsive need to know what might be on the other side.
What do you think you're doing? Well,
I need to see what's behind this door.
no, you don't. You need to wash your hands, eat dinner, and then get out of my house.
Oh, the only option is return to the door? Damn. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's behind this door.
Oh, no, you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down.
She grabs you by the shoulder, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning up her under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table and away from the door. Hooray! Character washed their hands in a horror game.
Yay!
Finally. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Yay! Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with her sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far end of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. She's the town doctor. This dinner might be a good opportunity to question her about recent events.
Pills.
She slides a few tablets toward Reese. He obediently swallows them.
This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands. And if you want any tips on easy home-cooked pasta sauces, you know I... No thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes.
Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. Have you ever heard of factitious disorder?
That is where you can just straight up accuse her of Munchausen.
Munchausen by proxy syndrome? Oh, geez. Yeah.
Of course I have. I went to medical school. What's factitious disorder?
Silence falls over the dinner table. It's where someone pretends to be sick or makes himself sick on purpose or does it to someone else.
Oh. Great dinner rolls, Dr. Kelly. I didn't make them, I just put them in the oven.
The silence returns. Seconds feel drawn out like minutes. Aside from Reese's mom staring down the table, nobody's making eye contact with anyone else. Small talk. Thanks for putting this together, Dr. Kelly.
I don't usually have to cook for so many people. I'm just glad there's enough for everyone. It reminded me of what it used to be like when these two would come over. Hungry teenagers eating me out of house and home. I should have charged your parents for all the food you kids went through. Honestly, it was like I was running a restaurant, not a doctor's office. If you have keen eye or street smarts or both, or like one of them, will note that when she talks about them as kids, she's got this sort of like fondness in her voice.
What were Stella and Kanika like as kids?
Noisy and messy, like all kids. And they always had those little projects, videos or crafts or animal rescues, whatever it was that had captured their imaginations that week. So, like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once?
Oh god, not the squirrel. I remember that squirrel. Didn't you think the doc could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very susceptible to what I saw in media and very sad about that squirrel. That's one of those things that keeps me up at night. Still, I still feel guilty about bringing that thing into your house, Dr. Kelly.
I'm just glad you didn't make it a habit.
How well do you know Tabitha?
Not very. I'd know her a lot better if your family didn't seem to be so afraid of doctors. I can count on one hand the number of times she's been in my office. No wonder everyone but that old Edwardine died so young. Hopefully your mother was better about taking you to doctor's visits. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something genetic at play, and it's much better to catch those things early.
I don't want to ask either of those other ones. There we go. About Reese. Yeah, it must break your heart having to isolate your son from the world like this.
It's just another unfortunate side effect of his illness. Both of us have just had to come to terms with it. It's not the life I wanted for him, but it's the life he has to lead. Maybe he doesn't have to. Ow! Geez, Kanika, your boots are heavy.
Sorry, Dr. Kelly. We're totally respectful of Reese's boundaries, even though they might seem a little bit arbitrary and strict to us. Isn't that right, Stella?
You can kick me all you like. It won't change my bold attitude and outgoing personality. Okay, that's cute. I think that might be a new line, actually. Or I just never happened to have gotten it.
You know, Doc, I feel pretty okay. I don't think having people over is all that rough on me.
We'll see how you feel in an hour.
Reese is a talented artist. You must be very proud of him.
He has a lot of skill honed through practice and dedication. I can't say I understand a lot of his pieces, but of course I'm proud.
Thanks, Doc. Oh, yeah, thanks, Doc. Yeah, let's do this one. Nah, you know, we're running a little low on time, so. The Danger. Has anyone been suffering from hallucinations?
I'm not at liberty to discuss private medical information. Are you sure? Not even a little bit? It could help our investigation into the strange goings-on. It's not like you have to name names. Investigation? Into what? The mine collapse? I think this is best left to professionals, Stella, not someone who runs around in the woods with a camcorder.
Judging by the police response so far, Dr. Kelly, I don't think it is. We saw some stuff down in the mines last night that I struggled to explain. Maybe if we knew if there were any miners suffering from hallucinations, we could rule it out as a gas leak, but...
You were in an abandoned mine. The chances that you were huffing something dangerous and hallucinatory are through the roof.
She's right.
Leave it at that and treat it as the tragic accident it was, not like some kind of mystery to unravel.
Have you seen any sick animals lately? I know you're not a vet, but... Oh.
I'm a doctor, not a vet.
Didn't someone come in with a sick cow last week?
Yes, but it's not like I examined the thing. I told them what I just told you and sent them on their way.
You said it had lumps.
Sure, it had lumps, but I assumed it was suffering from some cow disease. It's not something I've done much research on. I don't know how normal it is for a cow to be covered in lumps.
Doesn't that sound like...
Ditchlings! Are no farm animals safe from their devious clutches?
Dr. Kelly, in Stella's footage, it looked like there was something pupating inside one of Duke's chickens. I bet those were the lumps on the cow. You really should have taken a look, and you could have made discoveries previously unknown to the scientific world.
Or I could have spread some new horrible disease to my chronically ill son. I'll leave those discoveries to someone else.
You can feel the tension at the table start to rise. Yeah, I think we're good. You remain silent, quietly picking at store-bought spaghetti and dinner rolls. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Charlie's still in town.
We'll have to see how you're feeling.
I can handle a movie, Doc.
Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick.
If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever gonna change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms.
Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix.
Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open.
Reese?
Reese abruptly pulls himself from the dinner table and leaves.
Damn it. I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone, get out of my house. Please, just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more.
Well, we can't just leave him like this.
Now is when he needs friends the most.
No.
No, now is when he needs me the most. I am his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him. I know that, and he knows it too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave, please.
We'll get out of your way.
Good.
The three of you are rushed to the door.
We'll be back, Reese.
Hope you feel better soon. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Factitious disorder. Do you really think Reese's mom is making him sick? If she is, I swear to God.
She wouldn't. That's just so horrible. Who could do something like that to their own kid and for so long? No, there's no way. Y'all are barking up the wrong tree.
It seems far-fetched, and it's definitely rare, but I don't think we can rule it out. Something weird happened to me when I went to wash my hands. It was like I was forced to try and break into the clinic. Forced how? It was like something was making me go there.
I wonder, was it like that carving in the pit last night? Before you had that seizure, it was kind of like you were hypnotized.
I wasn't there, but I guess I'll take your word for it. Hypnotism seems like a step up from what we've been dealing with, though.
I mean, I don't know. A lot happened last night, but the whole thing was very trance-like.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of similar.
What if there's another carving in there? That'd be so weird. If there is, I wonder if it'd give you another vision. Maybe these things have something to do with the ditchlings.
You're not suggesting that we go poking around in there, are you?
Of course I am. Maybe tomorrow.
I am not breaking into Dr. Kelly's clinic based on a bad vibe that Charlie got. It was a lovely dinner. Sure, lovely. That's a word you could use.
Poor Reese, getting sick off 2 bites of plain pasta. That poor guy.
There's seriously something up with Dr. Kelly. The way she was rushing us, the way she's trying to keep us away. I know that Reese is fragile right now, but too fragile to watch a movie with his friends? I don't buy it.
He does seem pretty fragile, but I think you're right. She's being a little too overprotective.
I think it goes beyond being overprotective. I think she's hiding something.
We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's just get going. The sun is setting and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action.
Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. Count the ditchlings. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm also going to suggest that this is a very good place to break.
I was thinking that, yeah. All right. And we are at 7 exactly, so it's a good time to do it as well.
Yeah.
So we save our game. All right. Return. Okay. All right. So another successful day in the Holler, although not the full day. But we continue.
Another successful half of a day in the Holler.
Yes, another successful adventure in the Holler, we'll say.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you again, Hanapengu, for being a part of this with me. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Leah, for tuning in and watching. Thank you, Puka, for tuning in and lurking. Thank you to anyone else who tuned in and didn't respond in the chat. And I don't know if we'll be able to stream next week because it's a holiday, but if we can, then I'll let people know in advance.
I'm available for what it's worth.
I may also be available. We'll find out. Anyway.
Fair.
All right. So, whenever it may be, until next time, good night out there, whatever you are.